Good morrow, my sweet strangers! Welcome back to my crafty handed channel. As you might know, I often put the cart before the horse. So this time, I bought some pretty herbs and then started figuring out where to put them. And I found this little fruit crate in a local food store that I thought might be cute. So I grabbed it, cleaned it, removed any loose tags and labels, and decided to paint it with chalk paints. I'm using my favorite Sloan in old white, but because of the dark blue, I needed to use 2 coats. And of course, don't forget to stir your paints well before use and let the paint dry between the coats. I painted the box everywhere, inside and out. When my box was all white and dry, I decided to continue with the chalk paint in country grey. I'm using the dry brush technique. If it's your first time dry brushing, you might want to try it on some scrap piece first. Dab a little paint on your brush, offload it on a piece of paper or a paint cup like me, and gently start smearing it over the surface. Less is more this time. So start with a light hand and build it up slowly. I like dry brushing because it brings out all the intentional imperfections. It highlights all the little bumps and brush strokes of the base paint and creates a beautiful distressed look. To achieve a more natural look, I'm dry brushing the inner corners and around the edges a little more. I knew I wanted to decorate the box with some stencils. You can buy all kinds of stencils online, but I didn't have time to wait for the shipping. So I cut my own on my old Silhouette Cameo 3 cutting machine. I'm using French linen chalk paint for the stenciling and a little sponge brush. There are few techniques for stenciling, and it's easy to mess it up if the paint bleeds under the stencil. Though I have a great fix for that, but I'll leave it for another video. Let's pretend it all works great this time. I'm going for the shabby look, so I don't need my stencil with super sharp edges. I'm dabbing the paint through the stencil carefully, holding it firmly in place. And when I have the paint everywhere I need, I carefully lift the stencil up, trying to prevent smudging. I know my box might get a little splash of water once in a while, so I'm using a protective top coat over the whole box, the Invisible Touch in Matte from BPS. Of course, you can use any other top coat, or even a wax if you like. Anything that will protect the chalk paint. And my box is done. I love how it came out. Exactly what I was hoping for. But wait a minute. I can't put the herbs in planting plastic pots in there. I had a few unused little clay pots in my shed, so I decided to give them a quick makeover. Again, I'm using Sloan Chalk Paints, this time in old white, Provence and French linen. And I'm just playing around with the thin paint, soaking it as deep in a pot as it goes. The clay pots are quite thirsty, so you might need more water than you're used to. And when I'm happy with it, I'm dry brushing some white over it here and there. I was thinking for a while about what to do with the top edge, and I decided to use French linen to match the box. also, I think it's a good idea to paint the inside edge so you can't see the red clay above the soil. To give it a little patina look, I watered down the old white with French linen, and I'm doing kind of a whitewash over the edge. Or you can use dry brush if you prefer the look. And after the paint dries, I'm sealing the pot with the top coat too. And here it is, my complete herb box with fresh potted herbs. It matches my house so well,